Hello everyone and welcome back to more Going Local, where the job hunt did not go well at all. Let's get into it. Right, so obviously the big point is that it's now 2028. We're a full year in, a whole season has gone by. Season 8 has gone. You've not seen any of it. We obviously left off last time having completed Portugal in 1 year. We won the Primeira Liga. We won the Taça de Portugal. It was brilliant. The problem was there wasn't anywhere else to go, really. There weren't many jobs on offer. And as you can see, we're still here. Now, there were some jobs, and there was one job in particular I was moderately interested in, and that was the Napoli job. I applied for it. We had an interview, and I was offered the job. And then I decided to turn it down, which in hindsight, a wonderful thing, was the wrong decision. But at the time, it was the right decision. Based on all the information I had, I still think it was the right decision. The squad they had wasn't great. There was only a sort of limited amount of money to spend. I think it was about 25 million, not amazing. This was a team who had finished 12th in the league and 10th in each of the previous 2 seasons. They have gone on and finished 7th. So, I mean, they've qualified for Europe. Could we have done better than that? Probably, almost certainly. But at the time, I felt it was best to wait and hope for something better to come along. Nothing else came along in the summer. There was nothing else at all. No one resigned. No one was sacked. No one retired. So I thought, you know what? We'll stay just to keep the stats going. I want to get to 1,000 games managed. So do another season with Porto. Maybe we'll do something in Europe. We'll talk about that in a minute. And just sort of see how it goes. Hope that some jobs come up during the season, because they never seem to come up at the end of the season. So presumably people get sacked during the season, right? Well, no. In terms of even just sort of top half teams who sacked their managers during the season, there was about 5 from the entire top 5 leagues in Europe. It was ridiculous. The only job that we actually went for was Tottenham. They sacked Pep Guardiola. We went for the job. We didn't get the job. They hired Chris Wilder instead. So, yep. Thanks very much, game. Really appreciate that. And yeah, that was about it. And it's not been amazing. The season was not one I wanted to do, but it's one that I've gone through as quick as possible. Really, transfers very briefly. There weren't many of them. We signed this man. He was awful, frankly. We signed Marcus Antonio as well. He wasn't much better, particularly. He was okay, reasonable. He only scored, and he only scored 7 goals. Wanted a bit more from him, really. But obviously he's a wild card. The reason why I signed him was just sort of even out the wild card. So when we get to our new club, we will have, because we didn't use all the ones at PSV. We didn't use all the ones here. We'll have 2 of each when we get to our new club. This uses up one of the former player ones. But in terms of the actual season, then it's been a bit disappointing. I mean, the main thing, I suppose, we did win the Super Cup, which is the one thing we hadn't won in Portugal. So we have got a complete set of trophies here in Portugal. And then the sort of season tone was set when we lost to Benfica quite early on. We got knocked out of the Champions League again, finished in 3rd place, and ended up in the Europa League. But it's had some good runs, but some draws, dodgy draws here and there. We lost the League Cup final to Benfica on penalties, which is a little bit unfortunate. Europa League, we ended up in there. We beat Valencia. That was a great performance over 2 legs in that one. A great performance as well as we beat Lazio in the 2nd round. And then we got PSV in the quarterfinal, and it was a disgrace. Absolutely awful. We lost the first leg 2-1, but we got the away goal. So I thought, okay, 0-0 at our place, and we got knocked out. Unbelievably bad. So that was disappointing. And then the title fate was on the wall anyway, but it was sealed as we lost 3-1 to Benfica towards the end of the season. That gave them the title. Disappointing. The final table looks something like this. Quite a way behind, but we didn't need to win, so it's not the end of the world. We did end on a high. We won the Taça de Portugal once again, a 3-0 win against Sporting to wrap off our time here in style, because we are going to be now resigning, because I'm not doing this again. The only reason I was able to do this was because it was the weekend, so just, I don't want to go outside, it's too hot. So just being able to process through a season of Football Manager is something I don't mind doing, but during the week it's not something we can really do. So we will be leaving. We'll be leaving today. It's not looking great in terms of jobs once again. I have no idea why everyone's job security is so high. It's insane. But this is the situation. Bilbao is it. And I'm not going to Bilbao because they finished in 10th. And with the restrictive transfer policy we have, Bilbao would be, it wouldn't be even harder, but because we could only sign Basque players anyway. But yeah, I'm not interested in the Bilbao job. This is the job security. As you can see, there's nothing. Again, it's ridiculous. Like the Premier League, compare this to real life. Like what? I don't understand. How these guys, Klopp is still in charge. Like, what? It makes no sense. But people, someone's going to have to get our job, so that will hopefully help. People may well get sacked in a few weeks anyway. People may well just sort of resign, may well sort of retire. We're 8 years in, so people are going to be retiring. And the main thing that I'm pinning my hopes on is the Euro 2028 in the summer. So there will be people that get international jobs as a result of that, you would hope. So that's a rundown of how my weekend's gone. It's not been fun, but we will be resigning as Porto manager with immediate effect here on the 1st of June. This will happen sometimes. It's happened to us far too much. The lack of jobs in the save for us to go to has been ridiculous. Obviously, I should have gone to Napoli, but as said, at the time, it didn't feel like the right decision. Having a season in Serie A with Napoli now would obviously have been the right move, but yeah, there we go. Obviously, this does mean the time limit is becoming an issue. We've only got 11 years left to win in 5 countries and European trophies. Probably not going to do it, but we might just ignore that and extend it on anyway and see how long it takes us, because it's probably going to be more than 20 years. But anyway, we've gone. The favourite to replace me is this man again and this man. I hate them both. Unbelievable. Hate them both. Diaz has come with me. John Kennedy, my faithful assistant manager, will be joining me wherever we go, as he has been on the entire journey so far. But you can see, there you go. Porto's available. Cardoso's the favourite. He's unemployed, so that's annoying. But we will go forwards now and just hope that there is a job for us. As said, I'm not going to Bilbao. I want to be able to sign a full range of Spanish players when we go to Spain, not just Basque players. So we're not going there. Right, potentially huge moment right off the bat. Jurgen Klopp has stood down as Liverpool manager, and obviously we will be applying for this job right now. Obviously we will. That would be ideal, really, wouldn't it? That would be ideal. Although obviously the favourite is Steven Gerrard. So yeah, we're probably not going to get it. That kind of feels destiny, really, doesn't it? But we'll certainly apply. Can you imagine the sort of fan reaction if we do get the job over Steven Gerrard? You've resigned once again. Can you explain why you keep doing so? Well, because we were doing a challenge here. We need to try and get new jobs, and the jobs aren't coming up, so I'm having to force the issue. Right, we've got an interview from Liverpool. Obviously, I don't think we're the favourites for this job. I think it's probably going to go to Gerrard, but we'll give it a go. This question is stupid because, yes, I've not managed in England, but I am English, so you wouldn't ask about Graham Potter, would you, really? I don't think they would have asked that about him. And they always go with this question as well, like, your experience lacks variety. I've managed 3 different teams in 3 countries and won 3 different league titles. What are you on about? We value longevity. Are you prepared to give us a long-term commitment? This is probably why I won't get this one. This is the thing. I'd rather go to the Premier League at the end, where you can just sort of stay until the end of the save to try and win the Champions League. That's not what we, obviously going to be about. If we win the league and the FA Cup in the first season, which I don't think we necessarily will, but if we do, then, we're going to be looking for the door. Do we stay a bit longer, try and win the European trophies, certainly the Champions League? Maybe we do. But, the time limit's an issue, but as said, I'm kind of going to be a bit flexible about that one. Do we just lie and say we always stay long term? I don't know. We'll just lie and go with that. I'm happy to work with the director of football. Small budget for the backroom team because we only really need to bring in John Kennedy. It's an exciting future. That's absolutely fine. No request to propose. There we go. As said, I don't expect to get it, but at least we're in the conversation. Interview offer from Bilbao. I might regret it, but as I've said, we're not going there. Well, there we go. Very unsurprising end result there. They've gone with Gerrard, which, that's something. It does create a vacancy at Lyon, Lyon have had, is it reset? It has reset. Where did they finish last season? 3rd place, reasonable. Let's actually just look at last year's Ligue 1 table. It's fair to say they were a bit behind PSG. They were a bit behind PSG, but given we turned down the Napoli job because they were bang average mid-table, you can't say the same about Lyon. This is definitely a sort of, the problem. They're a better team. They're a better team in comparison to Napoli in their league. The problem with Lyon, obviously, is that PSG are the dominant force. So, well, it's going to be a test, but we're absolutely going to apply for it because we should have gone to Napoli, shouldn't we? But we'll take this decision now. Probably going to wait until the end of the Euros, just sort of make a final decision, just see what becomes available there. The final is on the 9th of July. I do think they have slightly gone for the old sentimental option there, rather than a man who has won multiple league titles. He didn't even win any league titles in Scotland in this universe, so yeah. And does this back up my decision about Napoli? The man who went to Napoli instead of us has been hired to replace us at Porto. So, yeah, we're a bigger club than Napoli. Or, well, where we were was a bigger club than Napoli. Do we apply for the Napoli job now? Again? They finished 7th, so they're in a better position. This would seem a bit stupid, given that we could have had it a year earlier. But we've got to go for it. We're getting a bit desperate here. Right, we've got an interview with Lyon now. This will probably be my preference from those available at the moment. Okay, well, now we've got a difficult choice because, with the backroom star changes, this isn't 100% guaranteed, but it does look as though we're going to get the Lyon job. We can bring back Gregory Coupe, who I hired at Porto. We'll bring him back. I'm sure that'll go down well. We're allowed 2 more assistant managers anyway, so I will just hire John Kennedy when we get there. There's no one else I really particularly am bothered about. We'll go with that. Lyon, I think this is probably a good option. The problem is, though, the Euros haven't finished yet, so there's going to be more jobs available, you would think. So, at least if we get this, then we can sort of delay it for a week, see what happens, and then if there's nothing else available, take this one. Okay, and we have indeed been offered the Lyon job, which, very happy to get this one. I think this is going to be a good choice. It's just, what happens if we can get something better? That's just the sort of doubt in my mind in terms of what becomes available after the Euros. But by taking this one now, then we get more time. It's a bit of a toss-up, really. It is a bit of a toss-up, but I do think I'm not happy to go to Lyon. I think this is a good position to be in, although they've got Sanusi, who we sold them from Porto, who I don't want. There's a bid in for him. Do we delay it a week just so he gets sold? That might be sensible. Good Danish centre-back partnership, Nelson and Christensen. He's still, Andreas Christensen, he's 32, he's in the prime of a centre-back. That is for sure. That is a good option to have. They've got Mike Banyan as well. They've got Daramy. How good is he at this point? Really good. Really, really good. This feels like a good option. Decent transfer budget as well, about 45 million. This feels like a good idea. It's just what happens if something better comes along after the Euros. That's my only doubt. Obviously, we're quite early on in July. I'm going to delay by 1 week. That's what I'm going to do. Lyon agree with it. We can probably get 2 delays in, but I don't want to take that chance. So we'll delay it by 1 week. We'll see what happens with the international jobs, if we get any more vacancies. And then if not, we're going to go to Lyon. Right, interview from Napoli. I'm going to turn that down because I don't want to go there. If there's nothing better, as said, we're definitely going to Lyon. We're definitely going to go to Lyon if nothing else emerges. Right, Euros is done. Portugal win, and there's a lot of vacancies. There's your vacancies. Copa America as well, of course. But England, Spain, France, Holland, Belgium, all gone. That is going to make the old jobs market potentially interesting. The problem is we got offered the Lyon job at an awkward time. It takes about a week before the international vacancies tend to get filled. So they're going to be back asking us to take the job again before then, I think. Right, as I kind of expected, Lyon are back again. They want a decision, and none of the international jobs have been filled. So what I'm fearing is, the Serbia job isn't available because Stankovic is in charge of PSG. That's just what I'm fearing, that we could get the PSG job. That's my only concern. And I don't have any doubts about Lyon. It's just, what if there's something better? That's my only concern. We could probably delay again, but the problem is you can't, you have to wait a week. You can't just, it's not like with a transfer where you can confirm it at any time. If you do delay it, you can't do that with a job. You have to, it takes a full week. So, this is a difficult decision. I mean, this would take us to the 20th of July. When does the season start? I want some time before. Right, we got the 5th of August. We got the Champions League qualification games from the looks of things as well, starting before then. That's a complication. I'd like a bit more time with them, to be honest. I mean, the thing is, you don't know what's going to be available. What happens if it's nothing? What happens if there's nothing good at all that comes up? I think we have to make the choice, really. And I think the choice is just sort this by value. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes as well. I don't know how to say his surname. I call him Bruno Guimaraes. That's obviously wrong, but that's what I call him. He's only 30. He's so good. I do like Lyon. They're a big club with a good stadium. We've got some decent money. Has the Sanusi transfer, has that gone through? It has. He's gone. Right, good. That was someone I wanted to get rid of anyway, so fine with that. You know what? I made a mistake not going to Napoli. I think not going to make the same mistake twice. We can always jump ship and go to PSG if PSG becomes available at some point. If we impress in France, what do they want this season? Champions League group stage, qualify for the only the Europa League actually, semi-final of the French Cup. We'll see if we can do better than that. It's going to be tough to dethrone PSG, but it's a challenge I'm happy to take on. Lyon have had a bit of a downward spell, but some good performances in the last couple of seasons. Yeah, I think this is the right option. We're going to start negotiations. Let's see if we can get a little bit more here. 34. There we go. Finalised deal. Right. And we're going to become the new Lyon manager. I think because if there were other jobs available, then obviously we could cancel Lyon, but there's no guarantee we get them. And then it would take even longer to get the job. We wouldn't be getting in post until August probably. So I think this makes sense. And there we go. Club 4 on our journey. Olympique Lyonnais have hired us. We make it to the top 5 leagues. It's France first of all. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. This, yeah. That was a difficult choice, but I think we made the right one. We got some good players. Bruno, Diawara as well. Atarami, of course. Some money to spend. This could be pretty good. Obviously, great youth facilities at Lyon as well. They bring a lot of great young players through. We're going to want to continue doing that while we are here. Yeah, this is going to be good. Right, brilliant. We're taking charge. We'll just have a quick look through the squad a little bit. I'm going to then go away and do all the sort of proper stuff, really. First thing we need to do, though, is John Kennedy needs a job. He's unemployed. No one else wants him. John, mate, in you come. Give you a bit more money, just, because we can. Welcome home, my friend. Hopefully he'll say yes and it will all go through fine. I'm sure it will. But yeah, this is good. This is good. I think the squad needs a bit of work. There's going to be some sort of areas we need to improve on. A lot of players, but not sure how necessarily sort of good they are. We sort of play ability. This man here, hello, wanted by Juventus. You're not going anywhere, sunshine. You are not going anywhere. Goodness me. It's like Kante with supreme attacking ability as well. He's the box-to-box midfielder of my dreams. Yes, right. Well, we made the right choice then, haven't we? We've made the right choice. This man here as well, Kambwala. He's not outstanding, but looks solid. Inche. Some very nice technicals. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Grealish, to be honest. He's still only 24 as well. Diawara, going to be solid at the base of the midfield. Christensen, we've already seen. Bruno, we've already seen. Diabate, another youngster here. He's a left back, but he's right-footed. I don't like that. I do not approve of that. Will not be doing that. But I guess some some decent players. If we look at the youth team as well, Son Hongfu, Chinese youth international, looks decent actually. A left back, he could be one we bring into the first team. Young goalkeeper in the B team as well, again looks decent. Potentially this team's Specken, maybe, we'll see. Another goalkeeper as well, he looks quite good too. Two good goalkeepers. So yeah, I think there's definitely areas to sort of improve on. Let's sort of plug the old tactic in. I'm not a tactical genius. I am just moving my tactic around wherever we go because it seems to work. We'll just do, can we do a quick pick? Just sort of see. I think most of these guys are on holiday, so it probably isn't going to be giving us the best sort of look at things. But as a sort of plug-in thing, a sort of assistance assessment, Mike Mannion is still supremely good as a goalkeeper. Great to have him. We've got Angelino, didn't even notice. Again, solid left back. Defence looks decent. Could maybe have just a few more bodies in certain positions, I think. That's probably what we kind of need to do, really. Just sort of, get more players in certain areas, like wingers. I'm not necessarily sure about. We're going to have to go through these. I'll go away and do all this. A striker as well, because Daramy is good, but is he necessarily the best option as a striker? He's more of a winger for me. He's not a striker, so we might need to get somebody else in up here, actually. We've got Rochi. Again, he's a winger. We don't really have a clear striker. Simon is an attacking midfielder. So, right, this is the main sort of area of weakness. We haven't got an actual striker. This man is our best striker, and he is the box-to-box midfielder of my dreams. So he is obviously, when he gets back from international duty, going to be playing there. So striker would seem to be the area we need to get someone in. Hopefully we can find someone to bring the goals, but we'll see that next time. Next time we will be back, and we've got a difficult start to the Ligue 1 campaign against Lille. That's awkwardly placed between the Champions League qualification game, very awkwardly placed. So I'll probably go through the first leg, and then we'll probably just play Lyon. Maybe the second leg as well, actually, depending on how things go. But yeah, that's a tasty opening game. But if we get a good result there, that will certainly help us out no end. So there we go. As far as you're concerned, it's been Porto and then Lyon. You've seen the new job straight away. For me, it's been a weekend where my spacebar has had a very big workout. But there we go. It happens sometimes. Season 8, it's a write-off. We'll forget about it, just as Season 3 was a write-off as well. But we are here, the start of Season 9, in France. Olympique Lyon, a perfect place for us to go as the next stage on our journey, I think. Where are we predicted to finish at the moment, by the way, just so sort of I know what we're sort of dealing with here. Right, we're predicted to finish in 4th. So Gerrard exceeded expectation. Monaco and Lille are better than us. And PSG are 1 to 3 favourites. So that's not going to be good. It's going to be tough to beat them. Very, very tough. This might be a case of just do as well as we can, see if we get lucky in the cup, and then hope that the PSG manager decides to leave and we just take his job. That would be good. That would be good. But anyway, I'm going to go away, do some work, get things ready for next time for that game against Lille. It's going to be a difficult test for us in our first game here in France. But thank you very much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, and I will see you next time.